ENFPs seem to have this amazing approach as vanguards within the RPG model. They push off, they set off, they adventure, they explore life and allow life to take them where it goes. And we can learn a lot in terms of how do we better approach things when circumstances are changing by looking into some of the classes like ENFPs. So the traditional tactic is to march to a stagnant beat, to not change things. When chaos is happening, when things are getting shaken and we don't know what to do, we tend to manage that chaos by becoming more rigid with our mindset, desperately seeking control and maintaining habits that might not serve us in the new context that is coming. But the problem with this approach is that it can create more anxiety and more struggle as we are grasping for some sort of control over our lives. Within the RPG model, I call ENFPs resonating explorers. They are charismatic, they're adventurous in nature, they have a unique ability to embrace change and brainstorm and get new ideas and tie that into what is going on with people. A lot of times this comes out through story creation, through even marketing and copywriting, and finding ways to bring out emotion in other people. Could be comedians, actors, embodying different people in order to express that in the outer world in some sort of bigger than life fashion often. And with this is also the natural openness, adaptability, intuitive decision making, or the ability to see things as they are emerging and then capitalize on opportunities as they come up. And by following the ENFP's playbook, we can transform the wilderness of change and the fear of what could happen into a realm of possibilities and opportunities and exploration. So how do we do that? Let's dig into the ENFP personality type a little bit more so that you can take what works from them and apply more of it to your life as well. So in order to navigate the shifting sands of life as an ENFP, first, it's important to embrace the explorer nature within you. So adopting this exploratory mindset, being able to perceive change and be excited by it and capitalize on what is happening, what is emerging, what could be, you're more likely able to glimpse new perspectives and see things in different ways than you had before. If you are focused on one specific approach or mindset, then it is hard to see things from different perspectives. But if you allow things to spark your curiosity and to give yourself to the upcoming ideas and what happens when you combine two different possibilities, two different ideas, this childlike joy of exploring will lead you to new possibilities, because you cannot have a new level of life by doing the same things that you're doing now. You have to change things in order to do that. And if you're ready for that, then exploring more is one avenue that works really well for ENFPs and for INFPs myself. It is a growth point. It is the mentor of my stories, getting out there, exploring, changing things, shaking things up. One of the other lessons that comes from the ENFP personality type is to radiate positivity. And of course, not everybody is 100% positive all the time. But when you lean into extroverted intuition, this innovating explorer character within your psyche, and you get excited as you're seeking new possibilities, as you know that just beyond your comfort zone is going to be a whole new dynamic that could provide you with the insight, or could provide you with a new opportunity to change things, then you can't help but be positive. That growth mindset of seeking a new level of living is always going to compel you to explore more and to look towards the horizon for what could happen. And depending on where it is within your cognitive function stack, based off your personality type, you might have some baggage around that character. The explorer might not always give you the mindset that you want in order to be more positive. It might not say, what if you do this? This would be awesome. It might say, what if this happens? And what if that? And then that's going to happen. And then here's the next thing that's going to happen. It could bring this catastrophizing nature if you have some baggage around that. So you need to build some intrapersonal rapport with that character and appreciate that part of yourself for doing its job of innovating, of creating, of imagining what could happen after. And if you do that, then you can more consistently change your mindset to look for best case scenarios. And if you are looking for best case scenarios, if your mind is taught to see the things that are going to help you, if you, for example, walk outside and think, how am I going to be luckier today than I was yesterday? You'll probably find something that is a signal that you are lucky. How can I create a more positive life for myself today? You will start to find answers for the things that you question yourself about. And likewise, if you think, what could today bring that will shape my future, you will get answers for that. If you think, how is my life horrible? Then you're going to find those answers too. And that's not what you want to do with that exploratory mindset. And the last point is to allow yourself to be water within the containers that come about in life. Whatever happens, you're going to have to adapt to different situations. You cannot just cling on to your ways. There's always going to be something that requires some adaptation. And if you nurture that flexibility and allow yourself to adapt, to have an open mind, then you're going to learn more about who you are as a person, who you can become, what your boundaries are, what kind of things are important to you. And with that, you will be more ready to take on new challenges because you will know that you can adapt, that you can cope, that you can change if necessary. You can add new skills onto your identity. You can upgrade yourself. And that is a really empowering mindset. And it's not an easy one. It's easier said than done, but everything is. And until we stop using that as an excuse, then things aren't going to change. So we need to know that, of course, it's harder. It's easier said than done. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't allow ourselves to adopt a bit of a flexible, exploratory nature to different contexts. If you go to work, do things in that work container for a little bit and see how you can innovate within that, perhaps. Or see how you can take aspects from your job, whatever that is, and apply the lessons from that to life, to relationships, to being a better gamer, to story creation. There's always some lateral connection that you can make with ideas. And when you know that you can take learnings from one domain and put it into another, and I feel that you are endlessly resourceful, which is what I see a lot of ENFPs as. Let's talk a little bit about one warning here about balancing the seesaw of change. Extroverted intuitives, the NPs within the Myers-Briggs system, ENFP, INFP, ENTP, INTP, we can see an endless amount of possibilities. And because of that, there's the liberating nature of it, but there's also an analysis paralysis, decision-making struggle that comes with having an endless amount, infinite amount of possibilities. One thing can always open up a new doorway for another thing and another. So when you are trying to balance that, know that it's really important to understand who you are and what you want to bring to the world, whether it's your values or your principles, your core aspects like truth and honesty, or is it being a genuine, nice person? Whatever it is that is the anchor to your ship, sometimes it's important to drop that anchor and make sure that you are acting in accordance with that. And that'll help you not lose sight of the bigger picture. Another metaphor or analogy for it could be using it as your Polaris star. So instead of grounding yourself, it would be using it as the thing that lights your way, that you're always focusing on, that you're allowing your ship to be steered towards. No matter what, this is important to you. This is something that I talk about within the INFP Masterclass. But if you want to get deeper into it and you're not an INFP, go to poha.geekpsychology.com. That is Path of Heroes Academy, and you can learn about all these different cognitive functions as characters. And we design characters for them. We do a lot of character building, and you learn more about what they are on a deeper level, and you get missions for each of the characters that you can use in your daily life, as well as some mental exercises and activities that you can do that I use in change work all the time with clients and myself as well. So that is one route that you can take, or you can check out the videos over here that will help you as well if you're not ready to delve into this wacky, wild world of character building for self-development. Thanks for watching. Good luck, have fun. Peace.